Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Killerbear and welcome to a brand new react video. Today we're going to be reacting to none other than Ç&Ñ'T, or on a second channel here, Cosmic Insanity Origin Studios. So you might be wondering what exactly is it that we're going to be reacting to today. Well, I actually have 6 different videos. 6! Believe it or not, in this we're going to have 2 that are gameplay wise. We're going to have 4 that are going to be basically exploring lore and a lot of the handmade drone animations that Ç&Ñ'T does, which he does a phenomenal job. Of course, I've reacted to 2 of his videos before. You can find them right here. Those were actually so well done that I fully said that this has all the makings to do phenomenal. So, of course, in the description, you'll be able to find my original video, his channel, and every single one of the videos that we're going to be reacting to today. So, to start us off, I have Why Can't I Feel Anything? A VHS, The Return to Freddy's Rebooted 2016 edition. It's a very long name, I understand. However, there is a couple things here. There were a couple things that were removed from this, so I'm expecting a couple things here to be very good, but if anything at a certain point seems like it doesn't seem like it would fit, I'll tell you if it's been removed or not. So let's get right on into it. I really enjoy that, and already this doesn't feel Freddy based, but this reminds me of like Iron Lung. I don't know why, but it just reminds me of Iron Lung. But that little, very beginning, the VHS sound, I really like that touch. Why can't I breathe? Why can't I feel my face? Why can't I feel my legs? Why can't I feel my arms? Why can't I feel my heart? Why can't I hear my lungs beeping? Why can't I feel anything? See, this is the perfect example of how amazing the hand-drawn animation style that he does. Like, you can look at this and tell the artistry that goes into this. Alright, so I skipped the 2 that we already reacted to. So this is the Return to Freddy's Rebooted 2016 edition. Now this is a gameplay test. This is part 1. This is a pre-alpha. So this was specifically just to give a sort of idea of their game plan. This is not the actual game in any sense of the way. And even here, you can see that this says playtest animation to function properly. So none of this is the actual game. But already, I'm very much enjoying some of the ideas here, especially with the loading. Alright, so we have an ultimate custom night, extras. Everything's seeming kind of normal. See that we have 3 stars. Floor 1. Every time I see this, anytime I see a floor in a FNaF game, it reminds me of something like the SCP or the Jolly games. In those, you had multiple floors that you had to keep track of. So I don't know if in this game they're planning on doing a multi-level needing to watch out for multiple threats, multiple levels. But we're going to start in the storage room. And immediately we get face to face with a threat there. I also enjoy how we get kind of a FNaF 4 style of walking. And of course, that alarm there does not help me think any less of like an Iron Lung looking at this. To be continued. Which, that should be our very next one. Here we are with the actual part 2. So, let's see what happens right after that alarm goes off. I really like how that looks. Once again, we're back to the storage room. Everything's seeming about the same. Right there, you could probably have a, like, building mechanic. Alright, so click the compressor power to fix the air. So, I feel like it could be a very fun mechanic in a game. It's going to be completely out there. But if you wanted to do this, I think having a animatronic specifically try to go mess with a compressor would be really cool. And it's specifically because I had a feeling that this was what it was going to be. Where it's a connect the lines, or in this case, connect the symbols. I would kind of make the symbols a little bit more heavy, especially for anybody who might be colorblind. It will help the gameplay a lot better. But I think if you wanted to, if you have a animatronic specifically that tries going for the compressor, have it to where every time this animatronic reaches the compressor, make it harder and harder and harder. That way, you don't want them to reach the compressor, but it's not taking a lot of your time away. It feels like a nice middle ground between very cool mechanic and absolutely annoying. It's just my thought. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, see, and here we have a level 2. But instead of you doing 3 levels, my idea is just make it harder if something reaches it. And that is such a great... that is amazing right there. I genuinely wish I could draw like that. But, of course, here we get our first look at possibly one of the threats that would be in this game. And we also get a little bit of the, it was, what game was it? I want to say it was FNaF 4 2, that had the flashlight, but it was also in like FNaF 2 with Foxy, of course. But okay, so what we got here? This is the first teaser trailer. So, of course, this is for the alpha. This is not full, completed and... Alright, why are we... Beep. Oh. Okay. Let's go. I'm the type of guy who will never settle down. It seems like... Okay, I'm going to jam out to the music, but also, this feels like a picture almost. That's connected. Like, this is like a cross thing. And those are the threads. But with how the red thing is there and some of the white here, it feels like it connects to this. Like it's trying to build the photo. And here we have that bar still, or tape, or whatever it might be. And there's more red. It feels like it's trying to do like a polka dot, build out the full picture. I can't remember. There was a game that had it to where you would hold down this gadget and it would paint polka dots everywhere. And when it fully painted the polka dots everywhere, you would then be able to actually see. And you had to use that to kind of maneuver. It was a Backrooms game, I think, or something. You know I'm around. Okay, got a lot of red there. Okay, we got a face. Oh, the face took away the vibes. Why can't they let us go? Okay, we're about to go on a long tangent, alright? You ready? So, this just gave me the craziest idea. That line right there. Why can't they let us go? If Ç&Ñ'T does this, it would be one of the absolutely craziest ideas. What if the entire purpose of this game was the souls can't move on due to the fact that people keep putting the souls back? It'd be like a anti-FNaF game. It would be insane. Basically, there's been so many games that are like, oh, the souls move on type thing. Think of how many FNaF games follow the exact same format of, oh, this guy murdered children, the souls go into suits, and the suits are trying to hurt you, whatnot, and by the end of the game, they move on, right? What if, instead of that, the entire purpose of the game is the souls are here because of you. You booting up one of these FNaF games brings the souls right back. And the entire purpose of the game is to try and make it where nobody wants to do another FNaF game. It would be insane. If anybody knows of a game that can do this, or if it's ever been done, that would be masterclass. Genuinely. I don't know of anywhere that I've heard anybody cover about a game specifically blaming the player for the souls. Instead, it's always put into the storyline. I don't know. It's just, what pops in my head. Why can't nobody free us? See? It's building up perfectly to do it. Alright, what we got here? This is the second teaser trailer. Let's see what we got. There's nothing in here. That I doubt. Oh god. Hey Ç&Ñ'T buddy, slight issue. I don't speak Japanese. Let me see. If you don't know Japanese, this is what it says. By the way, this is only for the video game, so don't take this seriously because it's fiction and it never happened. Okay, we got translation here. Don't worry, everybody. I am a perfect reader. I will translate this for you. This is a beautiful world. Sadly, this will be your last breath. I will strangle you, twist your neck, slap you, rip your jaw out, pour gasoline in your mouth. Not reading that. Rip out your heart, take a match, and press it into your mouth. It will be the hottest food you ever tasted in your life. If you're still listening to this recording, go fuck yourself. I'll be honest, Ç&Ñ'T. I kind of want to learn Japanese just so I can say those last three right there, be honest with you. And there's actually an update here. The blank sense and Shadow Lockjaw threaten Charles is removed because one of my members, Killerbear, hey, it's me, told me that it would end up getting a lot of hate and people will call me out as another thing I'm not going to say. Even though there's no evidence of me talking to young minors inappropriately. I apologize that we added the blank sense involved similar to Dormitibus, but overall we will remove it and update the second teaser trailer, and I, Ç&Ñ'T, will talk about it in my channel. Thanks for reading this information, and thank you to Killerbear for the warning. So, yes, this is true. In my very first actual reaction, I gave a warning. There was a certain R word being used for the scenes. I simply said that you do not need that in a game. Why? Because it does not add anything to your game. If you have a good antagonist or villain, you do not need to add that in to make people hate your character. And with this game and this entire franchise, you kind of already had that. I mean, child murder, it's there. Horror, you have the antagonist, the murderous robot thing, the killer, the big bad. I mean, sure, William Afton was truly the big hate, and in a way, it took Freddy and them from your antagonist into more of a misunderstood, right? They were the original antagonist, and then it later became their antagonist, right? You've had games like Dormitibus, though, add that in to try and make you feel even more hatred. And I understand games like Dormitibus and possibly this one is want to be a little bit more edgy. But it, instead of adding, it shackles you down to a point that you are unable to actually do anything, right? It hurts your end product. So I'm very glad to hear that this part has been removed. So Trixkin, thank you for taking my warning. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, Trixkin is listening. He's listening to what we say. If y'all want to help him, please go over there, give him some comments. I know he watches the videos I make on him. Please leave comments for me. I'll hand them to him. I can take all the comments y'all give me to him and be like, hey, this is what they're saying, and try to help him. So, of course, try to help him as much as possible. Let's get right back into this.
心臓を強く引き抜き、マッチを取り出してあなたの口に押し当てる。人生で味わったことのないほど熱い食べ物になるだろう。もしまだこの録音を聞いているなら、自分をファックしろ。
I really want to learn how to say that final bit. Oh, looks like we got a face. This one is called Can You Hear Me? That one actually is a face, I'm pretty sure. That's a body. That looks like a woman's face. That looks like a dog. Right there. This feels like one of them ink blobs. But this is a dog. That's what it looks like to me. That's an animatronic. I remember that from the very first ever video we reacted to. That was one of the cool ones. That looks like a sun. Or like an eye. Like that's the eye, that's like the, well I guess here it would be like that part. The above part. And then that's like the nose. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Return to Freddy's Rebooted 2016 edition. Of course, I've said it time and time again, I have a lot of hope for Trixkin's game. I have a lot of hope for him as a animator, a lot of hope for him as a artist. The art that he does is genuinely pretty good. Of course, y'all can go to his channel, see his hand-drawn stuff, his videos that are a lot of hand-drawn as well. A lot of the editing that he does is really good too. Please go support him as best as humanly possible. If you're going to criticize him, please make it genuine criticism. Don't go show any hate to him. He does not deserve it. Try to help as best as possible. But reacting to all of these, genuinely really good. Think the game would do really good as well. I mean, there's people would say that like the art style is childish, but a lot of beginning FNaF games, they are that way. I mean, I still remember the Five Nights at Sonic games, and those were hand drawn. So I can appreciate the artistry in all of this. But, ladies and gentlemen, My name's been Killerbear. Thank y'all if y'all have made it this far. If y'all have enjoyed the reaction, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tricks and stuff will all be down in the description. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye!